Hey, we're back.
Happy
Bad.
Thursday,
Yeah.
everybody.
Aren't they so lucky we're
Another
back?
week almost over.
That's
You know,
right.
Great show coming up tonight. I'm gonna give you a quick recap.
Let's go.
And then we'll see what we can screw up.
I'm
We're
sure,
good at
I'm
that.
sure
We're
we
good
can
at
figure
that,
a few
yep.
things out.
All right, to start off with, we're gonna do something that we did with Honda. This is, remember when you talked to all those Japanese people?
Yeah, yeah. My
Okay.
Japanese is
Oh, that
great.
was skosh. Skosh.
Good,
you
good
learned
job.
it.
I learned that. Anyhow, we're gonna talk about a bike that everybody seemed to fall in love with, but it's in, I'd say, limited production. It's the Honda NM4, and we call it the Bat Bike.
Is
So
it-
we'll do a
it-
feature on that.
When you see it,
Yeah, it's neat.
You'll know why.
We got the Ace update, which is kind of cool tonight. Then we're gonna do Throwback Thursday. We're gonna get you until we finish all part 4 of the Jack Daniels.
But today's
show.
part 2.
Today's part 2. But
Just checking.
They got 2 more weeks of this stuff.
it's a good episode. You can't complain.
I liked it,
Yeah,
but that's,
yeah.
you know, when I looked good back 20 years ago. The featured band tonight is Nova Rex. I don't know if you're out there, Kenny, but if you are,
Yep,
looking
Kenny
forward
and
to
the
talking
guys.
to you.
Yep.
And then we got something that Mark's dear to his heart, and that's Rudy's Fun Run. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's every week we try to feature a ride or some kind, and that's one of the things we want everybody to come and give us some information, let us know when the rides are. We're going to talk about some rides. Hank's going to talk about an app we found that lets you know what's going on. It's a really neat app. So we'll get to that later on in the show.
Okay. For a little bit of what's going on, we during Bike Week, we go around and we talk to all the different bike manufacturers and stuff, and some of them are kind enough to let us take their bikes out, and other ones just don't trust us at all. But I can understand that. But this was a bike that they had that when they went over to Japan, the Honda people saw it and they said, hey, what's the chances of this coming to the United States? So they put it in a very limited edition and they sold out. And it's really a neat bike. Sean, he met these nice people from Japan who followed us around.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was you know, the setup at the Honda tent is it's a great setup, and so we were walking around interviewing people, and this is a great thing about Bike Week, or most all the biking events. People come from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a good time. JD and I were actually walking around, and then I ran into a couple people from Japan. So
4 people.
4 people is a couple's kind of
Couples
like 4,
2.
isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
couples 2.
I think I was close enough.
Hey,
Okay.
forward to as long
So-
as we run into them. That's
That's
all that
right.
matters.
So you'll see that I had a nice little interview with them, and we'll just see how that went.
Oh,
So-
and you know the funny part on that whole thing? When we were getting ready to go on our bikes and go back, they were getting on the tram to go back to their car, they made us sign autographs.
Oh, yeah. So
They
you,
only knew.
you keep holding on to those because in another 50, 60 years, they'll be worth something.
Yeah, we'll be big in Japan.
So we'll let John roll it and
Yeah.
see where
Let's
we
see
go.
this bike.
Roll
Yep.
it, John. Okay. John, you and I met in Daytona.
We did, Hank. How are you?
I am excellent.
Good.
The day that we were going to film, you made sure that you were out of town. You gave me your cell phone number and your card, but you stuck someone else with the interview. So
Uh-huh.
now I tracked you down.
All right,
and
sir.
we're going to do this.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I got to tell you, this bike, it impresses me. I want you to tell me a little about it. Now, I'm going to probably get this wrong, but I'm going to try. NM4. Okay. Tell me about this bike.
It's a pretty interesting story, Hank. Basically, this was a model that was introduced in Japan about 3 years ago. On one of our travels over there, we saw this was in their model lineup, kind of looked at it, and Honda Motor in Japan said, well, American Honda, why don't you take some of these and see? Well, obviously, this is not styled or looked like anything else, and you kind of are a little bit skeptical at first. You sort of, what if? It also has the feature of our dual clutch transmission, so you will notice no clutch on there. So it has 2 fully automatic modes or a manual mode. But the dual clutch transmission is something that is very unique to Honda. Another aspect of the bike which was so interesting, it has a 25-inch seat height. So even though
I
it
can
has,
sit on there and touch the
it
ground.
has completely unique styling, a unique transmission. The engine also, it's a 700cc parallel twin. It's our 700 series that we use in the CTX, as well as the NC700. What is the coolest thing about this is that it gets well over 60 miles per gallon.
Wow.
The engine architecture is like half of our Honda car fit engine. So Honda Motor Company, what do we do best? We do engines. So this bike is unique in so many ways. Style, functions, features, but you know what else is cool? It's really fun to ride to boot.
That's what I heard. I'd love to ride one of these. I see you got bags.
We do?
I know that this comes up if we don't have a key today, but if we had a key,
Exactly.
we could pop this up and it'd be like a backrest.
Exactly.
Floorboards.
Yes.
What? 5-speed, 4-speed?
6-speed.
Six
It's actually, and again, it is a dual clutch transmission, so you're shifting up and down all the time through those 6 speeds, but it's just doing it for you electronically as opposed to doing it with your foot or a hand
so
clutch.
it's an automatic as far as when it comes to shifting.
As it feels that way, but you can feel it shift.
Right.
You can feel
But
it
you
go
don't
up
have
and
a
down through
lever
the
to shift
gears.
or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
You got me looking all over here, John. I love the way this thing looks in the front.
Isn't the styling unique?
Now this is, people, we'll get a shot of this in a minute, but this is really, really neat here. I love it makes you feel like you're in the jet age or something, doesn't it?
And the reaction to this, out of all these, we probably have, 70 motorcycles here? This, and then that race replica right next to you probably get the most attention. So it's kind of fitting that they actually will be sitting next to each other. But we only brought in a limited number the first year because, again, we weren't sure. It's very different looking. Only has, the DCT transmission, but dealers sold out immediately, and so it will, of course, be in the 16-year model lineup, and we'll be bringing in a few more.
One color, black.
Yes.
Anything else you could tell me? What's the price range on it?
It's $10,999.
That's not bad.
No, it's
That is
not.
bad at all.
And again, a lot of people like the looks or the distinctiveness of it, but the form and function really do go together. So you get fabulous gas mileage. It's the perfect commuter because you're not worried about working a clutch if you're stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
700cc, you can take a passenger easily. There's a lot of upsides to this motorcycle, and the overriding feature is the looks. It's just so dramatically different.
Get you someone to my house.
Sure, absolutely.
I'll pay you later.
All right, sounds good.
Like Wimpy. John, thank you
Hank.
so much.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Skosh. Right? Skosh. Kobe, from Kobe, Japan. From Kobe, they're all the way from Kobe, Japan. Like bike? Hey, so I'm a man of international talent, am I not?
I gotta say.
Why was John laughing?
Because he can hear what they're saying.
John's listening to the audio, he's laughing at us, but I think I did a good job. Listen, that bike, now you see why they call that the bat bike.
Yep.
It was so, JD liked it so much, I think he went out and got a bat suit, didn't he?
Yeah.
He
So he
couldn't
went
get
and
the bike, so
And then
got
he
a
met
suit.
Spider-Man later.
Yeah, so we went out and got a bike suit, but we had a great time with that. But I do have to say something, while that was playing, your granddaughter Elise,
Yeah.
she sent me a text and said that she agrees with Grandpa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
A couple's two, and
Not a
not
couple's
four.
not two.
Or-
You don't even know.
Listen, it was right there. I
Well,
saw
while you
it.
guys argue
but
about
she
that,
agreed
I'm gonna
with you,
say-
so
Okay.
I'm gonna say hello to Michelle real quick, because she called in at the break where that video was going on, and she's up in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Thanks for watching, Michelle, and
how many miles
spread
is that?
the word
man?
out. I have rode to Cuyahoga Falls many times. It's 975 miles.
900.
It takes
0.9 miles.
It takes 15 hours if you do it in one trip on a motorcycle.
Yeah, okay.
How much if you do it on a motorcycle with one arm?
Well, I've done that too.
I know, yeah.
Dislocated shoulder. It took about an hour longer.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Anybody out there, we're going to be at Bike Week. Here's another thing that we'd like you to do, especially if you got something going on at Bike Week. I know we've talked, and we're going to talk a little bit about Cackleberries and a couple other places maybe, but anything you got going, let us know. Now, I will tell you that we're pretty well strung out as far as trying to get out and shoot everything, but we'll try our best, if nothing else, to get you on the air so people know what's going on. But if you see us, don't be afraid to come up and talk to us, especially if Sean's doing an interview, because he's not real good at it.
Just ask me to translate, I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah,
care of
he
that
can-
for you. Don.
He
Yeah.
knows
Skosh.
every language.
Skosh.
I can communicate with anybody.
Yeah, right, but you don't make any sense sometimes. Elise, I agree with you. She's my granddaughter, you know, what is she to you?
She's my daughter. But
You
when
be
she-
nice to her when you
she
get home.
agrees with you. When she agrees with you, she's your granddaughter.
Okay, all right, I understand that. Keep up the good work, Elise. Always stick with your grandfather.
I tell you, I'm looking forward to what Hank's getting ready to talk about next
Yep.
too, man.
Can't
I
wait.
can't wait about this.
Can I tell you the first time I did a live show, and the guy was a spinnerbait guy when I did my fishing show, and he knew everything about fishing and spinnerbaits. Now pretend you're Hank Knapp and ask me what I'm gonna do next, and I'll show you exactly what this guy did to me on a live show.
All right, what are we gonna do next?
That's pretty good, Hank.
5 minutes worth. He didn't say a word for 5 minutes, but I'm gonna break
He
it for
should
you.
be on our show.
Be the best 5 minutes we have.
There'd be at least one of us that
I
doesn't
did,
talk too
an,
much.
I did an hour show in New Orleans, a fishing show in New Orleans, live. The first 5 minutes, the light went on and said, you know, on air. Guy freaked right out. But we won't do that here because we got three clowns here. We got 5 of us all together, but the other 2 clowns, they're out doing a gig somewhere. We're gonna do Ace Cafe live today. Now, I know every time I talk to somebody about Ace Cafe, they tell me, when's it gonna open?
Is that
Well,
how they sound?
most of the time.
Oh, just checking.
Yeah. Well, of course, thanks.
Maybe you should stop talking to 3-year-olds.
Anyhow, they will open sometime this spring. That's why we're showing you these updates. I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of work being done there. I have to watch out when I go in there because they're dropping stuff and grinding and welding. But long and short, I think you'll enjoy it. And by the way, at the very end, there's a very special guest that's gonna be on there. So take a look at it. John, get me out of this thing. Why don't you roll it? February 6, 2017, the Ace Cafe parking lot. Coming along pretty good. The outside deck that goes around the building where you can sit and have a beer. This is the view from downstairs. As you're looking at the downstairs bar, you can see that they're working in the sides of it. It's going to look pretty neat. Guys working hard there. The view from the stage looking up to the second floor. I didn't go up there today, so I just took the shot from there. If you came in from the Livingston Street area, this is downstairs where the retail is going to be. And you can see me running down the hall, just trying to find out what's going on. And as I stop, there's some more plans. I really wish I could read plans, but I can't. So this is a view of everything that's going to be on the first floor on the retail side. Hopefully next week they'll have some more in there. But again, they got quite a bit done. This is a view. I'm actually standing in where the gallery is going to be. And those are going to be all offices up on the second floor. And this is above where the retail stores are going to be just below it. Now, if you walk down this hallway, this will take you right down to the second floor of the Ace Cafe. And you're actually going to walk through the tunnel where the clock tower is. So that's what we're getting into right now. And this is the area between the clock tower and the Ace Cafe. The view you see here is I'm in the middle of the hall. I'm shooting back from I-4, and this is the room between the retail side and the Ace Cafe. I'm standing on the second floor of the tower, looking out, as you can see, towards I-4, and as I pan around, you're going to see the entrance that is on Livingston Street right there, and this is what that site's going to look like. This is behind the scenes where all of the workers are getting ready to open up the Ace Cafe. You can see them all doing their duties, checking up their boards. The group that you're going to see now, I call them the Brain Trust. They're getting everything all set up and making sure it runs right. And then, oh, look, I call it the War Room. There is Steve and Kevin, and they're getting their stuff ready. So now you know where they hide. Oh, look, Billy Joel. He was there January 27th. So you know big names will be there. And again,
This is what it'll look like when it's finished. So, cannot wait. Stay tuned. Follow us every week. We'll give you the update.
Well, I guess y'all recognize Billy Joel. Of course, they didn't call me to go and film him and maybe get an autograph.
I think he just stopped by and didn't tell nobody.
Well, no, he had to
He
tell
told-
somebody.
yeah, he told somebody.
Yeah.
He told Steve.
Oh,
By the way, Steve, you know, you could get us to do some videotaping when you get all these celebs in, because Mark told me that that's one of the things he's looking forward to doing.
Well, you know, they get tons of them at the Ace in London.
yeah.
So, you know, we're hoping, and I'm sure that when people come,
As soon
ton
as
of
it
people
gets
come here to
open.
Florida, so we'll get a ton of people, so you just kinda gotta be there and hopefully see somebody, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a list of everybody that they sent me that went to London. Example, Jay Leno, okay? There's a bunch of, every week we'll
Billy
put
Idol, I know
Billy
Billy Idol
Idol,
was
yeah.
I
there.
didn't tell you to say that.
You know who else opened there was Brian Seltzer from the Stray Cats.
That's where he
one of
got his start.
That's the first place he started
Yep.
playing at, yep.
Yep. So anyhow, there's a lot of big name people that are there, and we'll put a couple up every week so you can see them. And maybe, who knows, you go there and you might run into some celebrity other than Mark and Sean.
You'll just walk past us though.
Well, going from there, today's Thursday, Mark, so that means Throwback Thursday.
Throwback
So what do you
Thursday.
got for us?
Well, we're gonna go to part 2 of the Jack Daniels distillery there. We went through the walkthrough, and this is Hank, how many years ago was that? A couple
20.
years? 20 years ago. And one of the funny things I found out was that it's a dry county where they manufacture the Jack Daniels, which was kind of amusing to me.
Well, let me tell you something amusing. The one guy that made the barrels, he told me, he says, you know, it's a dry county, so if you come, pretend you got a cold. And I go, why would I pretend I got a cold? He goes, I got the greatest cough medicine for you. So you can imagine what that cough medicine is.
I think you feel pneumonia coming on.
I need a double shot of cough medicine.
So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing about
Well,
that place.
I guess let's just go ahead and watch the video.
Yeah, come on up to the spring here. We're going to show you where Jack Daniels gets all the water. As a matter of fact, the water here is the reason Jack Daniels located the distillery here to start with, here in this hollow. Water flows out of here today as it did in Jack's day, 56 degrees year-round. It's 99.9% iron-free.
This is a free-flowing spring?
Free-flowing spring. You can go back in there for about a mile. At that point, the cave gets too narrow to go any further. Have no idea where the water originates from. It's just flowing out from on the rocks about a mile back in there. Here we have our 3 grains, corn, rye, and barley malt. We use 80% corn, 13% rye, and 7% barley to make our product.
This looks like it's in a grain form. Do you grind it up?
It's ground up, and we'll cook it after it's ground up. Right.
What is this again? This stuff?
This is, it's called sour mash, but it's a mixture of corn, rye, and barley. The grains are ground, cooked to a mash stage, put in the holding tank here, where it goes through 4 days of fermentation. Fermentation process we use is called the sourdough method. You know how you make sourdough bread, leave a little of the old dough as a starter for the new dough? We leave our old mash as a starter for this new mash. The vat's 30 foot deep. It holds 40,000 gallons of sour mash.
Where does it go from here?
It goes from here to the stills itself to actually make whiskey out of it.
Can we go there?
We're going there next. Now, if you've ever had a drink of Jack Daniels, ever seen Jack Daniels, it came from this room, one of the 4 copper Connor stills. These are the only 4 stills Jack Daniels has anywhere in the world. The flow rate out of the still is 10 gallons a minute. Right now we're running 4 stills. We're producing 30 gallons a minute.
Is that a hydrometer?
Hydrometer, right, and it measures on one side you'll see proof 70, on the other you'll see percentage. A proof is 140, percentage is 70.
Randall, you told me you produce bourbon.
This is bourbon.
Randall, it says beer.
That's right, and your mash is considered a beer before it goes to the still.
All right, so when
there's
it's
no
coming
hops
here,
in there.
it's beer,
Right,
and then it comes out here, it's...
Tennessee.
104.
No, it's not Tennessee. It's 140 proof white lightning.
All right, it's
That's
moonshine
right.
there.
That's right.
All right.
St. Cloud.
Hey, that was pretty good. I got to say, Hank, 2 things I noticed there. One, you didn't have no gray hair then. And I got to tell you, Bill Young, captain of the Clouds, he's a great guy.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yep. And
You guys don't know him very well, do you?
Oh, I know he's hilarious. I can tell you that. I won't even go into the stories with that.
Yeah,
So-
you lost a pair of shoes, one shoe.
And that was the fermenting room you guys were standing, those big vats in there, that's before they do the fermenting. I gotta say, what did it smell like in there? Cause I know it's gotta smell delicious.
No. Let me tell you, now, part 3, I'm gonna take you to a place that really smelled good. That place stunk. I mean, I don't wanna get mad, people at Jack Daniels mad, but have you ever been to a pig farm? I mean, the smell is just outstanding. It's not the best smell in the world.
That is why it's the fermenting room, right? So,
You got it.
oh, enough of that, holy cow.
Yeah, get me
Yeah,
out of this.
well, we're getting ready to go in, we're gonna go into the featured band right now, and I think Hank, went out and talked to these guys or something, so it's Nova Rex.
Yeah, let me give you a quick story on Nova Rex. First of all, these guys are really good, but they're crazy, okay? And Kenny is kind of like their leader, all right? If you want to call him their leader. Kenny, can I call you the leader? Yeah, I know I can, because on the video you'll tell me you are. Anyhow, there's 2 different shots. There's one of us when we met him in Leesburg for the Leesburg Bike
Bike
Week.
Fest, yeah.
Yeah, or Fest, and then the other one was at Main Street Station during a Halloween party. And the funny thing was, I didn't recognize Kenny. I was standing right next to him, and I didn't recognize him.
You know what, I did the same thing with Adrian.
Did you?
I'm like,
I mean,
I
when they're
know that
dressed up
guy.
to play in the
Yeah.
band, they look like one thing, and when they're standing there like civilians, it's like, and I kept looking at him, he kept looking at me. So Kenny, just so you know, I'm gonna use the old age part, and I apologize for not going up and talking to you at the time, but you guys do put on a great show, and, people, go to their website, see where they're playing, you'll love them. They really put on a great show. And with that being said, why don't we go see what Nova Rex has to say?
Just make sure you keep the camera on me.
No problem.
Hey. Whoa.
Show's been taken over by the Rockers. That's just a little sample of the popular band Nova Rex, which joins us now.
do they know how to get a crowd
Man,
rocking or
yeah,
what?
Yeah, them guys are awesome.
They are. You got Kenny, Adrian, Eddie, and Greg. So if you're out there, tell them hello, but I gotta tell you, they're a great show. You'll
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
Yes.
If they got a good stage presence, they got good sound, they're
They got a
tight.
great bus,
Yeah,
too.
good tight band.
And they'll pick on you too, because
Oh, will they?
they did that to me while I was shooting, making fun of me, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, what the heck.
So, well, what do we got now?
Well, there's an app out there, and we talked to this guy at the AIM Expo. His
Oh,
name
yeah,
is
yeah.
Jeff Simmons, and Jeff has an app where you can go to the App Store. It's free. It's called Where, W-H-E-R-E, the number 2, you know, two?
Yeah, like
Okay.
couple.
Where to and ride. They post rides for wherever you might be in the location when you go up there. And we have a list here, and I'm gonna throw this, do I have the first one?
I think I've got the first
Sean's
one.
gonna
Okay.
talk about the first one.
All right,
But,
then do it, Sean, it's all
So,
yours.
so we're just gonna go over, and I think Crystal's gonna put these on
On our
Facebook
page, yeah,
Facebook
the
page, so
Facebook
that
page,
you
yep.
can follow them too, so you know where they are, but the date's coming up. I think this is the 11th, and it's the U.S. Military Vets, Chapter 8, and that ride is out of St. Cloud. And I actually have an address here, 915 New York Avenue, and, looks like there's a phone number to call, 804
Yeah, you're calling Thrax,
Thrax.
yeah.
All right, 804-840-9432, but we'll post that up
Yep.
there, so that'll be a good ride on the 11th, which is, St. Cloud.
Yep, and then on Saturday, the 12th, we got the Rudy's Blue Line Rock and Ride. It's in Holly Hill, starting out at 9 a.m. at Rudy's Crossroads, and then it'll end at Rudy's Crossroads with live music, and should be a good ride. And then after that, we got
The 14th, is that the 14th?
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
Tuesday's bike night, that's at the Iron Horse Saloon, so most people know where that is, that's in Ormond Beach.
Great place.
Yeah, that's a good place to party, and it'll be really gearing up for Bike Week too, so.
Yes.
But that ride is the 14th, so Valentine's, it's a Valentine's ride, huh?
Yeah.
See, look at that, I caught on to that pretty good, huh?
He's quick, man, he's quick.
With the heart.
Sorry, honey, I was out riding, I was at the Iron Horse.
Wait, did the heart with the little arrow in there tell you that?
That,
was
that
on
threw me
your-
off, that threw me off.
Okay,
So
good.
I thought it meant,
He
I was,
thought that was a
I love,
tattoo.
I love to go riding is what I thought that meant. And then what do we got at the,
On the 17th, we got the Florida Motorcycle Expo over in Clearwater. It's at 10400 49th Street North.
And it runs to the 19th.
Yeah,
I
and
forgot
it's
to
at
put
their
that down
expo
there.
center over there in Clearwater.
he's trying to throw us a curveball.
I've got a phone number, I guess it takes you to the expo center so you can get some information
Yep.
about the event if you want, and the phone number is 813-814-1424.
All right.
And I think there's one more thing, I'm not sure, Hank, didn't you say there was another
Yep.
ride coming up?
Yeah, there is. Now, I want to thank Steve. Steve's in the Tampa area. Steve, I'm not exactly sure where you live, but Steve makes trikes,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And he's the one that sent me the information on this. And I don't know if we can make it or not, because actually we've got 2 shoots that weekend. So if we free somebody up, we will, but as of right now, we didn't know about it soon enough. We'd love to get there. But Steve, do me a favor, if you can find somebody that can take some video, get it and send it to us, and we'll put it on the show right after that.
Yep,
Where's that one at?
That's the one that's in Tampa, or in Clearwater.
yeah, that's the Florida Motorcycle
Yeah,
Expo.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be
And-
quite the show.
Steve, because he's great at posting stuff too. He does a lot of work on those trikes. He does some really
Steve
great
Spadell,
trikes.
yep.
Yep,
But, even if nothing else, send us some pictures, Steve, and we'll put them up for you, so.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get them out there so people can see them.
well, this next thing is, remember we did the USO ride?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Okay.
great ride, great
Well,
ride.
this is called the 4th Annual Osceola Law Run. It's gonna be run out of, Harley Davidson South. And
Great venue.
It's gonna be a great ride. It's going to be 2/18, which I wanna say, I don't have a calendar, but I think that's a Saturday. But if it's not, look on your calendar, on 2/18, the Osceola Law Ride, escorted, it's gonna run anywhere from 60 to 80 miles. And if you've never been on a escorted ride, it's
Oh,
great.
they're-
Oh, yes.
You go whipping through, they stop all the cars. I gotta say, they did a great job on the USO ride. You ought to see what they do on their ride, the same thing.
Yeah.
Perfect. The helicopter will be there, the huge flag will be there, and great food will be there.
And that's the 18th, which on your calendar is 4 days after the 14th, so I
Would that
figured
be
that
like
one out
after
too.
Valentine's Day?
Yeah, 4 days
Okay.
after Valentine's Day,
And-
see?
And Danny, thanks for giving us the update on this, and all you guys out there, ride safe, and hope to get you a good crowd out there. So, what do you think we're gonna do next?
I think we're gonna, like we've been telling everybody, you need to get us some shout outs, let us know about rides that are coming in and events going on. We did a ride a few weeks ago with Rudy's Fun Ride, so we're gonna go ahead and show that video, and so you can see that, let us know about these rides, we'll come out and film them and we'll put them up for you. get some sponsorships, some, people know what you're doing out
Yeah,
there.
and it's usually better if you let us know ahead
Yeah,
of time.
at least a week, at
Then we
least a
can let
week.
people know about it,
You
but
know,
either way.
Before you run that, last weekend,
John, hold the press.
don't do anything, John. Last weekend, Mark and I went to Foxhead
Yeah,
on Saturday. First of all, great meal. Great
free
meal.
barbecue weekend.
Well, we had
You
breakfast,
got breakfast,
there.
right?
Yep.
Breakfast, start with breakfast, yeah.
And they give you so much food, it's pathetic. And I don't know how he does it for the price that he charges, because I think it was $6,
$5.
$5.
For $5, you get 3 eggs, any way you want, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, sausage, bacon.
And coffee.
Mark, you were
Yep.
supposed to tell him it was $6 and you'll collect the
That's
money.
right, I
and
get
pay
a
for it.
dollar a meal, yeah. I need all the help I can get.
Anyhow, that's a neat place to go to. Go over there, tell him Cycle Fever sent you, and he told you something that day, didn't he?
Yeah,
What'd he say
that
to
was,
you?
that weekend, they had about a 30% rise in their free barbecue that weekend, and we mentioned it, and we're gonna go ahead and take a little bit of credit for that, because a lot of the people had never been there. I
Wait.
talked to a few guys that actually said they heard it on Cycle Fever TV. So like I said, get us your events, guys, we'll get them out. This weekend's free barbecue, they have a free barbecue every weekend in Volusia County somewhere. And this weekend it's at the Brass Rail in De Leon Springs. And Dale and Michelle over there, they put together a great 3 or 4 different kinds of meat, cake afterwards. It's
No,
a
that
great
was,
event, yeah.
like, we ate there after that concert.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
Gun Shy, was it Gun
Yep.
Shy, right? And, no, the barbecue was fantastic, the meals were great.
Well, that brings me up to something. You gonna ride this weekend?
Yes.
Tell me, did you do something over this weekend that you'd like to?
For everybody wondering where I've been the last few weeks, I finally got a new motorcycle. My old bike, I bought it in 2012 with 30,000 miles on it. I traded it in yesterday with 120,000 miles.
That's because all those 975 miles you took to Ohio.
I do like to ride, if you haven't noticed.
So
I
you got a new one. What'd you get?
I bought another 03, a classic, and it's Electric Glide Classic, and it's an 03 that's clean with only 17,000 miles, so that means I got a lot of riding to put on it, because I gotta get it back up there.
Now, before everybody knows, everybody laughs at me because I'm the only one that doesn't have a radio on my bike. So you took the speakers off your old bike.
Yep.
And you put the little whatever, modulator or whatever you wanna call that thing. So when
The amp.
are you gonna fix my bike up so I have sound?
Just bring it over to me and I'll wire it up anytime you
He's
want.
gotta get the flux capacitor ready to go.
That, and we need a banana peel to put in it to keep it going.
Oh, I gotta tell this story real quick. The name of he's got a mechanic named Murph, okay? And I won't
Murph
use the
is
exact,
awesome.
I won't use the exact language he used, but where is it in
He's
Deland?
right, he's in Daytona Beach, right between Foxhead Lounge and Cabbage Patch. He's right in the middle on Bud Road.
Okay, well, here's the whole thing. We ride in, now I ride a Triumph. This is a whole Harley shop. So we pull in, Mark pulls in first, I pull in second, I'm getting off, I got my back to the door. And I hear Murph holler, "Get the hell out of here! Get out of here!" And I'm going, this is the first time I've ever been thrown out of someplace.
It's up to you.
And next thing I know, there was a big black 300-pound pig in his yard.
Yeah.
And he had to chase the pig out of his yard, but at first I thought I was getting thrown out.
That's an old pot-bellied pig that keeps wandering in the neighborhood.
So we know about your, where'd you get your bike?
I got the bike over at Midwest Cycles over in Daytona. Thank you, Heavy.
Heavy.
It was a great deal there, and can't really go wrong. They're also February 19th. Don't forget the Beaver Bar. They got the antique bike show then.
It will be for that one.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's see this video. Let's see Rudy's fun ride. That was a good day. Hey, what a good ride that was, man. I gotta say, Rudy always puts together a good ride. He does one every month over there out of Holly Hill at the Rudy's Crossroads, and always a good time. He's always got food at the end of it, live music. He puts on a good show. He's
How
been
many
doing it a
years
long
he
time.
been doing these things? Rudy's been doing events
Rudy is,
and riding for,
at least 30 years in this area, I know for sure.
that's how we met Mark.
Yeah.
At one of Rudy's events.
Yeah, we were
right?
doing a,
And we go any place there's food.
That's true.
we had a stunt bike going that night, stunt bike
Yeah.
show we filmed.
Yeah.
We did. Maybe we'll put some of that up eventually. I
Yep.
never thought we could use that in one of our throwback
Had I
episodes
known it
later.
was stunt bike night, I could have laid one down for someone.
One thing that night, like I said, it was really cool. We'll get that video because this one guy does a burnout, and you can watch his pipes turn from stainless steel to glowing
Glowing
purple
red, yeah.
while the video's running. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, you had one guy that was, I don't know if it was Cackleberries or not, remember he was in the burnout pit?
Yeah,
and
he caught the
started
pit
it
on fire. Yeah, we showed that video, and when we first, in one of our first episodes, maybe
Yep.
we'll throw some more of that up later.
Yeah, that was
too.
pretty good.
So I guess we're getting to the shout out section
It's,
here
that's
now.
it. It's shout out time, right?
Yeah, now
All
don't screw
right.
this one up because you might not get your bike back.
So first shout out goes to the motorcycle clinic. And yes, they are working on my bike. They take care of my bike, Dad's bike. They do a great job. So there's two Brians. There's Brian Daddy,
Yep,
and he's the owner.
yep.
And then you got Brian now, Montoya. Sorry, Brian, I didn't know your last name, but Brian Montoya, and he's the manager. So
It's right
those
there
are
on
the
your
those are the
paper.
guys. I come in holding parts.
What is this?
And I go, hey
I found
guys,
this in the driveway and the bike don't
this,
start.
this is parts of Dad's bike, so you can help me out. Is there something you can do? So the one Brian looks to the other Brian, and they go, I'm not sure we can help you, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So motorcycle clinic is over there in Kissimmee, and they take care of us, do a great job. So thanks, guys, I appreciate it.
Hank, I heard you got a phone call at lunch today from somebody.
Yeah, but before we go there, hurry up and fix this bike so
Yeah.
I can get my bike in there. I wanna get that paint job done, Brian, the one you promised me. And I gotta lift the tank up so I can see what that key fob has to say, so I can get that working. You're right, I did have a call today. Sean and I are sitting down for lunch. Now, Sean made a pig of himself. He ate all of the meatloaf.
Hey, listen, I don't have
all
to
of
cut
the
you
gravy
again.
and
Can't
mashed
go wrong with
potatoes.
meatloaf, man.
Listen, it was meatloaf day at the ale house, and it was $5.99. What do you
And
want me
it's
to do, man?
awesome
Why'd you order
meatloaf.
two?
Well, okay.
You
'Cause
know.
it was $5.99.
Okay. Anyhow, we're sitting there eating, and all of a sudden my phone rings, and it says Germany on it. And Sean looks at me like, what? Hey, Moose, you made me look really good. I want to appreciate it. Moose and Simone are from Rivaco Trikes, and looks like we're going to be doing something with them. So I want to do a shout out to them, and I'll tell you what, when we take your next one out for a ride, I want the souped up one that goes quick, good looking, and you can give Sean the handicap one again.
Hey, I don't care which one you give me, but maybe it has GPS on it, so
So
Mark
we
and I can find
find
a
the
lake.
lake. We never found a
We
lake.
still have- So anybody that watched that last week and saw us driving around Lake Alfred or Winter Haven, you'll know why. But,
There's only 50 lakes within 10 miles of that place, but we couldn't find any of
we
them.
missed everyone, so yeah, that we'll never live that one down. So.
All right, but they're pretty neat to ride. The one thing you guys told me is that if you're riding a motorcycle and then you get on a trike, you better stay in the middle of the road.
Stay in the middle like a
Yep.
car.
That
'cause
one,
it
that
throws you off.
one tire will run off the road if you get close to the edge.
But it's odd because when you're riding, you're just used to being over to the right.
Yeah.
You know, so you know where your body's supposed to be. So you go over there and you go, man, I'm hanging out over there. I better pull in. Of course, I should have known from the cars coming at me. Everybody's eyes were about this big around. So that should have.
Well, the good thing about the trike, you can't lay it down.
No.
No.
Yeah,
No.
so-
Not that I wouldn't have tried, but
understand.
I put everything through the ultimate test. So.
Durability.
That's right, durability. So the next one's another shout out. Of course, we showed this band
Nova Rex.
earlier tonight, I should say. Get myself in trouble. My daughter's gonna text me and say I screwed up. But Nova Rex. So Nova Rex, shout out to you guys. Hey, look, we can't wait to see you
See
guys
you again,
again on
yep.
stage, man. You guys do a fantastic job. And you know what? These guys are really great. I gotta tell you, they grab us, pull us up on stage while we're filming, point us, to the crowd. So we have a great time filming with them. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for making it
Wait a minute.
interactive for such
I
a
thought they were
huge team.
making us a sacrifice.
That might have been.
Yeah, I love them. I mean, just watching them, they're pretty good showmen,
Yeah,
and I gotta say this, Kenny's the Hank Knapp of Nova Rex, okay?
No, he's skinny.
No, I didn't mean that way. I meant,
just
you
checking.
guys are breaking his balls all the time, you break mine, so, you know, Kenny, you and I, we got a lot in common.
Kenny,
Whether
I'm
you
sorry.
like
We'll
it or
try to
not.
edit that out because I know that hurt, man.
Yeah, you don't wanna hear that stuff, do you?
Don't let it bother you, Kenny, I'm all right, I really am.
Who we got, Mark?
Well, Bruce Rossmeyer over there in Daytona, Destination Daytona, we're getting ready to, been doing a little video with Mandy. We're gonna try to put together a little documentary about the Camp Boggy Creek ride, about her dad Bruce. Been working on it for a little while, hoping to have it ready for next week. So Mandy Rossmeyer, thank you for all your support. Can't wait to do the Boggy Creek run next year. Looking forward to the champagne dinner, which was just
Oh,
really good. Great band that night. And just so you know, Mandy, I got some video of you dancing as the last ones in the last dance, so can't wait to
And her
see it.
sister.
Yeah, her and her sister,
Yep.
yep. Can't wait.
they closed the place out, didn't they?
Yeah, they were. They
They
closed it.
closed it out.
And Eric, you got your hat finally. I told you I'd get it to you. I brought it up there to Foxhead 3 times. Finally, you got up there.
That's the winner?
The winner of the
bike?
Where in the Heck is Hank at?
Oh, that's what it-
episode.
Where's Hank? Hank's right here. Did I do
Yep.
anything?
So, but other than that, I mean, it's been a good show, guys.
Yeah?
Wait, well,
Uh-oh.
someone just commented, my motorcycle clinic said that, did you guys know that we'll be celebrating 44 years?
Well,
I
it
did know that.
44
Yes.
years in the
I
same
didn't.
spot, hopefully.
That's,
So
And,
the motorcycle.
Brian
clinic-
is so old that he has to walk around with a cane. And then if your bike doesn't work, he hits it with the cane to get it to work. Brian,
It's
I
a
gotta-
magic cane.
Anybody that knows Brian and the people at Motorcycle Clinic, first of all, they do a great job. They're on 192 just before you get to, I think it's.
That other road.
OBT.
Yeah.
Yep.
OBT. Anyhow, it's by the railroad tracks. Usually he has this big truck, I think it's a 1940 Ford, and if I'm wrong, let me know. I'll straighten it around. And really, I love going in there because I learn something new every day.
Yep.
So,
Great
Great.
guys.
Yeah,
Congratulations on 44 years. That's
44 years.
fantastic.
Not
Yep.
many businesses can say that,
No,
especially nowadays.
yeah, nowadays, that's
Yep.
true, so.
All
All
right.
right, well, we're gonna round it out with our sponsors, huh?
Let's roll
Yeah.
the sponsors, I
All
guess. We'll
right,
see everybody
all right,
next
well-
week.
Well, a shout out, 2 things though. One, thanks again to everybody for tuning in again.
Yep.
You see how we're just getting everything going and we're just practicing, getting ready for the Ace Cafe. So, right now, this is just, how do you call this, pregame?
practice.
Pre-game.
Pre-game
Yeah.
practice. And we have a newbie with us today, all right? So, Summer Mixon, so come on over here, Summer.
Yep.
So.
No, we're only kidding. You don't need to come here. Get over here.
Summer's over here.
Get behind me there.
He's helping out with us. Look at him. Say, just
Hey,
give him
Summer, how you
So
doing?
if anything screwed up,
He's the new guy
He
we
did
can
it.
blame.
Yep.
It's
that's
his
what
fault.
happens. If
'Cause
anything wrong, you have any problems, it's not our fault. It's Summer's fault.
Send your comments and notes to Summer.
That's right. We'll give you his email and his cell phone. So don't you worry.
You know, we picked up 2 new people today. My granddaughter's watching.
Yep.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with
And
that one.
Are your 2 daughters watching, maybe? You probably don't let them on, though. No, I don't blame you.
And
Anyhow.
tonight was PG, so tonight would have been the night because it was PG.
Yeah,
We were
we
pretty
did
good.
very good tonight.
So-
But with all that being said, what do you got over there?
Well, we got, go ahead, you got your shirt. Who's the sponsor
Ace
right there?
Cafe is one of our sponsors.
That's
Can't
it.
go wrong,
Ace
can't wait.
Cafe. J. Myers Insurance for all your insurance needs. They'll take care of you, anything you need.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. So, our Magic Cams, these are
Yeah,
Mike
Michael.
Dulce. These are the AAE Magic Cams. These are the cameras that we mount to the bikes and that we mount to slingshots before we throw them
Throw
off
them
the
away.
back.
Very
Before they go
durable,
flying off the
very
back.
durable.
Very durable. But these are great cameras, guys. So the footage you see from the motorcycles and all the riding stuff, this is what we shoot it on. So it comes with the case, comes with an LCD back. You can zoom with it. It's just
And-
fantastic.
The one thing, like I've said before about this camera that I really
Mm-hmm.
like, if you have a GoPro, everybody says GoPro this, when you got a GoPro, if you're not looking at your phone, you can't see the picture. This actually has a screen
Yeah,
on the
the LCD
camera
right
that
on
you
the
can
back.
see what you're filming. You don't have to have your phone turned on. So
It's
when you've
great
got-
for us, because we
Yeah.
set it up, we
You
get them
can
all
see
set
what
up.
you're
We,
doing on
you
the
know,
handlebars, yep.
Yep, we have everything set up the way we want it, and then we go from there. And And then, of course, USA Payroll.
USA Payroll, yep.
So USA Payroll.
No
so,
company too
hey,
big, no company too small.
Exactly. They
Hey.
can help you with any of your payroll needs. I happen to know that. So with that, anyone that's interested
Go ahead.
in sponsorship, please give us a call or send us an email to Hank or myself, and that's Hank at Cycle Fever TV or Sean at Cycle Fever TV, but not to Summer at Cycle Fever TV.
He
to
just gets- he
two.
gets the complaints.
He gets the complaints. So if anybody's interested in talking to us about sponsorship, please let us know. And, you know, and also, it's never too early to say, look for us at Bike Week, right?
Yeah, Bike Week's coming up. We got a
So-
lot of stuff planned. We'll start getting out some dates and stuff
Yep.
on the website.
We'll keep you posted through social media where we're gonna be.
Come up, if you see us out, come up, give us a shout. We'll tell you on TV or, you know, just get us some information. Let us know what's going on.
So there you go.
Well, another night. Thursdays are great. We get home about midnight. I get to eat about 1:30 in the morning.
No, he gets home at midnight and eats till 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's more like
Oh,
it.
Ah, you guys are rough. Anyhow.
We're killing
You know,
him.
I should slap you. That's,
Again?
Again,
Still,
yeah, again.
still.
That was just an hour ago, but you guys didn't see
anyhow,
that.
first of all, you can see we have a lot of fun. Our motto is, if it's not fun, don't do it. We love what we're doing. Best of all, we hope that you like what we're doing. We really do want to thank you a lot for watching us. And if you got any ideas for us other than that being on the air, send it to us.
So,
See you next week, everyone.
join the adventure and enjoy the ride.
Good night.
Great job, Crystal. on
Hey,
that-
we're back
on that
again.